Musically.
And welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How are you doing today? How was your weekend? How's your week? It was an extended weekend, so I hope a lot of y'all had a good weekend, and it was Butter Weekend. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful event. But anyway, I hope that you all had a fantastic weekend. I hope your week is off to a great start. And, you know, I appreciate y'all taking the time out to spend with me, right? So anyway, yeah, I see your comments already, and I definitely will bring your comments on. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for pulling up. You know, whether you are watching us live now or you catch us on the replay, thank you so much. I see you. I appreciate you, and I love you, right? So anyway, yeah, I definitely had a fantastic weekend, y'all. Y'all know Butter is one of my favorite events. Like, you know, I only missed 1 year of Butter, right? But that's because I found out too late. But every year it has been just a beautiful, very empowering event. Right? I was getting tongue-tied. That's that lack of sleep. Right. But anyway, so I hope that you all have had a chance to experience it. If you don't know what Butter is, it's just basically a fine art fair. It's a Black fine art fair, as I call it. Right. So if you haven't been, and I know that Butter has grown so much, it is in so many different cities now. You have to go. You just have to get the schedule and go. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. So anyway, y'all know before I get started, because tonight's show, I've been waiting on this show. You hear me? Like you all, many of you have requested it. And, you know, it's just really time to get smart about some things, be proactive about some things. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. So hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. So look, before I get into this 81st episode, y'all know I have to do my spiel, right? I have a guest here tonight that's going to sprinkle us with some knowledge, right? And if you have any knowledge and any wisdom or whatever that you want to share, you know, put it in the chat, right? And I did put the link in there for you to come and join us in the studio, right? Here's the link right here. Hit it, follow the prompts if you want to get in here and hang out with us. You know, I appreciate you. All right. So anyway, all right. But y'all already know I got to do my spiel. Now, you all should be liking, following across all platforms. OK, now, if you're not, you're tripping. Right. So on YouTube, it's Relationship Soup, period. You got to put the period. If you don't put the period, you're going to be somewhere else. Right. On Facebook, it's Relationship Soup Group. That's the forum. Come and join the forum. We talk about all things relationships. Right. Like we talk about, you already know by now. But in case you knew, we talk about relationships with body, self, finances, everything. We get into it all. It's a soup of everything. All right. Now, if you want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC. We have greeting cards. So definitely hit up the greeting cards, right? That's all year round, right? So anyway, y'all should be all caught up now. So go ahead, tell a friend, share the episode. Y'all know what we do. All right. So anyway, I do see your comments. I see your comments. Let me go ahead and bring on a few of these on. Hello, Mark Lee. Thank you so much for joining me. You know I appreciate you. Leah Bennett, what's the science? Thank you so much for joining me, beautiful. I appreciate you. Yeah, you know, I don't know, I'm feeling fall already, right? I know that we have some time before fall, but I don't know, I'm feeling real fall and, you know, today. So anyway, Jay Desiree, what's going on, beautiful cousin? Appreciate you for joining me. We had Black August in the park about a week. Oh, that's what's up. Black August. Okay. So that sounds like that might be an art event as well. That's a beautiful thing. I love art. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Listen, listen. We sprinkling quite a bit in this episode. Mwanda Woodson, what's the mathematics? Yes. And Lauren Hill is definitely now in my head. Right. So anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me. All right, y'all. So now that we all caught up with the comments and the spiel and everything. So this is the 81st episode, y'all. And this one is entitled Power, Profit, and Possibility. OK, so basically what we're going to get into, many of you now in the Indianapolis area, OK, or just maybe even all over. Right. I'm only in this city, so I can't speak for every other city. But how was y'all electric bill last month? You hear me? How was it? Over the past few months, right? So we're going to actually get into a few things concerning like the electric bill, right? Because there's some things underway, right? Okay, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. That's going to definitely have an impact, right? And then we're going to get into some smart investing strategies as well, right? I'm so excited because, all right, y'all, now, my divine connections will tell you this about me, okay? Like, I am great at saving. Easy, right? Chef's kiss. My saving skills is excellent. However, when it comes to, because I'm very conservative, right? You know, I just kind of ease my way into the whole investment thing. But anyway, I recently was proactive and started some things, and I'm really ready to see what we can do, what I can do, right? Because hey, it's nothing wrong with diversifying, right? So anyway, I hope that y'all are ready for that. All right. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of give a little spiel before I bring my guest on. I see your comment, Mark. I'll bring it on here in a minute. So like I said, we're just going to kind of dive into, you know, basically how you could possibly not have another energy bill. How would that feel? Right? How would y'all feel about that? If you did not have no more energy bills, right? That sounds good to me because I know my bill last month, I felt a little pimped. Last month. I mean, you know, I happily pay my bills because, you know, the energy and all that stuff, you know, you should be happy, you know, paying your bills, you should be happy and all that. I'm just saying I did feel a little pimp last month, right? I'm like, wow, bro, this is quite a bit, but you know, but anyway. So anyway, now, as you know, AES is our energy center here. And there's this project to build energy centers, right? And so, although it should improve how efficient everything runs, you know, y'all know the game, you know, and how it's going to run efficient and all of that, but there's just some drawbacks. And some of those drawbacks is, look, y'all can research the drawbacks. The main drawback is, hey, the customer going to eat them costs, right, of these data centers, right? And one thing I wanted to research was the role that AI plays in that, because I mean, you know, so much is going on with AI and all that, and it broke it all down, but I won't bore you with the details. It's really worth reading up on even after this episode. Okay, so I hope that this episode inspires you to, you know, see what your finances looking like, seeing what, you know, how you can improve, right? Because we talk about the spiritual, and the emotional and mental aspects of things quite a bit in the soup, right? And we have talked about finances and stuff in the past. And actually, I have a couple of other individuals that are really gurus, and I would love to get them on eventually as well, you know, along with my guest tonight, who y'all seen before, right? And he's going to definitely sprinkle us with some stuff. So anyway, we're going to get into that. And then, like I said, we'll get into some, you know, smart investment strategies, you know, or wealth strategies, however you want to call it, you know. So anyway, We want to improve mind, body, soul, look, physical, mental, spiritual, all that, right? We doing all that. We plant seeds in every area, right? So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my guest. And, it's just the regular format. We're going to have just basically our Q&A. And y'all, we will get to the true false, right? I know y'all like that true false. So I hope that y'all listen up so that you can be sure that you're going to be able to answer a few of them questions, because it's going to be based off the presentation. Just saying. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my guest tonight. This is Mr. Samuel Jackson. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Mr. Jackson to the stage. How are you, Mr. Jackson?
If I was any better, I would be in heaven.
I know that's right. You better say it. You better say it, Mr. Jackson. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really value your time and this conversation. Like I've been looking forward to it since you and I had a chance to talk. And I'm telling you, like, this has just been in front of me, just from, conversations I've had with my divine connections to, other members like, hey, I want to know more. When you going to bring somebody back on about so we can talk about, finances and different things like that. So hence you are here. And thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Samuel L. Jackson, and you can see I'm not the actor. Right? I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and I'm going to get off into something that's going to really, really make you feel a little bit better when you know you can do something about the problem that we're having here in the state of Indiana. Mm-hmm. Again, I was born and raised in Mississippi. My father died when I was 12. And you can see I got that accent, right? Some people say I'm from New York. I ain't from no New York. I'm from Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Say you can take the boy out of the country. You can't take the country out of the boy. That's me, baby. Okay? All right? And so after my father died when I was 12 years old, so my mom taking me out of school and to work the cotton field to help my other two brothers go to school. So in other words, to make a long story short, I'm uneducated. I don't have I couldn't in fifth grade. Never went back. Okay. So I worked the cotton field. After my daddy died, Mr. Charlie came to our house and he asked my mom to, come out and talk to the family. And so Mom, we came out. And so Mr. Charlie say, your dad owe me some money. And so my mom said, well, he's dead now. And Mr. Charlie said, well, your son got to pay off his debt. Now I'm 12 years old, so I'm looking at Mama like, what is he talking about? And my mom, old saying says back in those days, you're almost afraid to say no to those type of people. Okay, she said, okay, no problem. So I went to the cotton field and worked the cotton field until I was 15. And then when I was 15, I know it's gonna sound crazy. I was a pimp.
Kind of like that electric bill, how I felt last month. You was pimping like that.
Yeah.
So you went from so
yeah. Okay.
So the cotton fields to pimping, right? And so then after pimping, where did you go after that? Like, how did you get into? Because you have made some really smart investments. Like,
yeah, I have. What happened is when I turned 18, my mom signed me up for Job Corps, and right after the Camp Atterbury, I was there for 2 years, and I left there, went to work for Brian Heating and Cooling, better known as Carrier now, and I worked there for about maybe 2 years at the most. And one of my friends here worked there, he had retired, and he came back to work after 6 months. And I asked him, I said, man, why you come back to work when you already retired? He said, man, that's Social Security, not what you think it is. I said, what? I said, I thought they said when you get 65, man, you can draw your Social Security. He said, you can, but what you don't understand is you don't make enough money to make ends meet. Now I said, I'm not going to be like that. So what I done was I said, you know what? I'm going to join the Army. Now, keep in mind, okay, back in those days, you had to take a test. So I went in and talked to the recruiter. I said, hey, man, I want to join the Army. He said, well, you got to take a test. I said, test? He said, yes. I said, okay. He gave me a piece of paper. The only thing I can remember was what you think is right, you put it down. So I went back in the room there with that piece of paper, and I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't understand what I was looking at. So I just check. Brought it out to him about 10 minutes later. He looked at me. He said, "You done?" I said, "Yeah, I'm done." So he looked at the paperwork, said, "No, you're not." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "You're not done because you didn't pass it." I said, "What?" He said, "You didn't pass it, Sam." So I started walking out the door. Let me show y'all how God works. And this is goddamn truth. I'm going to show you how God works. I started walking out that door. And Sarge called me back. He said, "Wait a minute, Sam, sit down." See, he said, "Just sit right here. I'll be right back." He went back there and talked to the commander. And I heard him just loud and clear, even to this day. He said, "I got a guy here from Mississippi. And he want to join the army, but he failed the test. What should I do?" Commander say, "Do what you think is best." That's all he said. So the sergeant went back and he says, "Stay right here." He took another piece of paper, went back in the back. He passed me. He passed me. He did. And that's God doing. I don't care what nobody say. That's what God doing. But anyway, he came back out. He said, "I want you to sign this piece of paper here, but I want you to promise me one thing." I said, "What is that?" "Complete your obligation." I said, "What is the obligation?" I remember, I wanted to, 5th grade, I don't know what obligation is. He said, "Do your 6 years of obligation." I said, "Well, can I sign up for 20? He said, "No, I just do the 60 day." He said, "Every 6 years you can re-up." So to make a long story short, I stayed in the military, in the Army, for 32 years. I've been in 2 different wars. Okay, Iraq in 1991 and Operation Freedom 2004, 2005. Now I retired in 2006. While I was in the military, I learned a lot about investing. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's why I got all my education there in the Army. Okay, they teach you everything you need to know in armed forces, and that's how I got into learn how to invest, where to invest, and at the same time, investing is not guaranteed. But one thing I learned from Earl Nightingale, I listen to his speak a lot. Him and Brian Tracy. I listen to the guys and Warren Buffett. And they always say, always diversify. So I got in the Army and I started diversifying and buying all that what you call penny stock. Okay, that's what I started buying. He said, "If you're going to do anything, buy penny stock. Because it don't cost you but a few pennies to lose, you won't be mad about it." And so I did. And I learned a lot. I really did. And as time go on, things start coming to me. I mean, people start bringing me stuff. People start sending me stuff. I'm talking from Wall Street. They be saying, "Hey, Sam, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" Now, what I do is, okay, I would take a company and I would pass it on to my attorney. I got an attorney in every state of the union, which is better known as prepaid legal, right? You don't know about that? Prepaid legal, better known as legal.
Yeah, prepaid legal is definitely something that look, a lot of us should know about that because we probably most of my audience has heard that spiel, right? Mm-hmm. So, like from that experience, what jewel or nugget do you find that was most useful? Because I definitely want to get into this Paladin Power. I'm so we got to get to that. Okay,
I'm going to get to that right now.
You say what has been the best jewel that you got from that?
Okay, the reason I say that is because I don't invest into anything unless my attorney agree with it. In other words, he do the background check on the company. He do the background check and say like this company is in California, right? So they can do operation across the United States. Mm-hmm. That's what Paladin Power can do. Now, Paladin Power is a company from California there. Okay, they started this program. And for those of you who don't have a website, could you put a website up there for them?
Yeah, okay, absolutely.
So they can look at it. Okay, now I'm in contact with the CEO of Paladin Power. And here's what Paladin Power is doing for me and everybody else that understand the concept of getting off the grid. Mm-hmm. Number one, Paladin Power are looking for employees. If you know anyone, okay, that a contractor have license to do electrical work, they are hiring them on the spot in every state in the union. That's number one. Number two, they have an investment program. You can invest into it right now. Okay. This is what you call a penny stock. Because you're not on the market yet. You're not on the NASDAQ. Always get it before then. Okay. I look up Amazon, I look up Facebook, I look up Google, and I look up Microsoft. All of those companies start at penny stock. And I wish I could have got into it back in those days. I wouldn't be talking to you guys today. I'll be down on the beach collecting 20%. Okay. That's what I'll be doing. But also Peloton have a referral program. That's right. They pay good. Oh, God, do they pay good? That ain't no joke there. Okay. This company here is nationwide. They haven't hit the global market yet, but they concentrating on the U.S. market. Okay. Now, you can, what I done, okay, to get the system, you have to give them your smallest light bill and your big light bill. So what they do, they compare those two together and see how many kilowatts you use. It's kind of like summer and winter. Then they design your system, okay, to fit into your garage or on the outside. And the system is only bigger than a refrigerator.
So like a regular size refrigerator would be like the size of this. So that's probably the standard size. It's not anything smaller. Or
no, they have. So what it is, what they can do is, like, for example, like a 1-bedroom, they take your kilowatts, how much you use for the 1-bedroom, and they still stick that box in there, but it only use a certain amount. It run off battery. Okay, that's what it run off. Batteries, the top battery. I never seen a battery like this before. I mean, I seen a battery in the Caterpillar. Okay, how big it is, because I'm a country boy. But the key to it is the battery. Okay, a 2-bedroom have different batteries. 3-bedroom, more battery. 4-bedroom, more battery. Okay, that's how they give you the scenario for your home. Now, what they do, they bring it out. Okay, and a professional will set it up, take you off the grid, which means Duke and AES. You literally come off of it. Once they hook you up, guess what? You never have another blackout. Period. That's it. You never have another blackout.
So let me ask you something, Mr. Jackson. So another blackout, because I'm conspiracy theories. Okay, like I just am. So, and I've seen different reels about blackouts, and it's even been in the news about blackouts occurring different places. So it will protect against like those kind of blackouts, like if there's just
yes, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the CEO would explain to me they had a blackout there in California, right? Because he got one in his home. Everybody lighted out, but he was the only one on the block with the lights.
Wow.
And everybody want to know, how do your lights stay on? So, because he thought he had a solar panel or a generator. He said, no. He said, this is my system right here. This system is designed to keep your lights on. To keep your lights on. And that's the key to the Peloton system. Okay. And what is, for those of you that don't know, just go to the website, look at it yourself. You're gonna be amazed how this system works. It is unbelievable. And guess what? Because I asked him, I said, if I get ready to move, can I take it with me? He said, yes. Have a professional come out there, unplug it, take it with you. Like, what? Can you believe this? Yes, ma'am.
So just to make sure that I understand, even for my, because one of my listeners asked how many square feet can this cover? Now, do they determine that from your highest and lowest energy bill, or like does somebody actually come out? Like, how does square feet matter?
No, because it's no size in refrigerator. Look at your home. What type of refrigerator? Some of y'all got them gigantic refrigerators. Now, it may not be that big, okay, but the ordinary refrigerator, they got the two side too. You open the one side of the door and open the other side. That's the size of the box. Okay, but you don't have anything in that box but this battery system. Okay, that go into the box that hook up to your home. So go look at it, PelotonPower.com. PALADINPOWER.com. PALADINPOWER.com. Look at it, folks. Yes, that is, I mean, it's unbelievable how we can fight back at the community and put a dent in AES bank account. We can do this, folks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's power in numbers. You know what I mean? Like, because I love efficiency and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm also a fan or aficionado of being able to, you know, keep more of my money in my pocket so I can diversify and put it somewhere else. You hear me?
Exactly.
So, I think that would be very useful. Go ahead.
Now, let me give you the website where you're going to invest at. Now, keep in mind, okay, this is real. This is not Imhoff and none of them other folks out there, because when Imhoff ripped off a lot of people, the government set up a system where a company cannot direct take your money anymore. They have to go through a federal trade, like SEC or SEC, had approved this company, okay, to receive investor money, and then it pass it on to the company. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the website to go to there, and the website, this is for investment now. Okay, the website is WE Funder FUNDER.com/Paladin Power INC.
Okay, perfect.
Y'all got go there and you can invest in that. Okay. Now, here's a couple more things I want to say to you guys out there.
Okay, good. There's a few questions too. There's
go ahead.
A few questions too. Okay, so someone is asking, like, let's see here. So, do you currently have one in your home?
Nope, it's on the way.
Good. See, I already do. So, like, as far as the cost, right? The cost is probably going to depend on some factors. So, what would you say as far as cost?
The cost depends on what size home you have. You got 1 bedroom, or 2 bedroom, or 3 bedroom, or 4 bedroom. They decide how much kilowatt you use in your home. Okay. 1 bedroom, you less than 4 bedroom. 2 bedroom, you less than 3 bedroom. That's how they determine. Now, they also have, from the federal government, they also have a 30% discount between now and the end of the year. Yes.
Okay.
So awesome. This is where we at right now, folks. All I can say is, this is the way out. This is the way that you can get off the grid and get it completely off the grid. Never have to worry about another light bill payment. Never have to worry about a blackout. Okay, and you have an opportunity to invest, and you have an opportunity to be. They got a referral program, and if you're a contractor, you got a license, you can work for the company. Yeah, now, I always say, what more do you want from a company like this?
Absolutely. Now, I do have some more questions, and we actually talked about this prior to the show. Can you get this for apartments?
Yes, you can. You can get it for apartment, hotel, office building, yes, and homes. Yes, you can. Yes,
so,
you.
So for apartments, would it have to go through, like, you know, management, or is
yes, it would have to go through the management system. So, for example, like if somebody in your audience, you know, live in an apartment and they build it high, what they need to do, okay, take up a petition in that apartment complex, turn it over to, and matter of fact, I suggest you hire a lawyer, okay, to pass that information, or maybe somebody in that building belong to Prepaid Legal, okay, a Legal Shield, and draw up that petition, give it to the lawyer, have him to present it to the company, okay, the apartment management, because once they see this, they're gonna want to save money too.
Yeah, absolutely, because cost is going up on everything, and who don't want to save? Now, let me ask you this, Mr. Jackson. So, like, somebody's asking, how do you charge this? Like, it's a refrigerator size battery, right? So, how do you actually charge this? Can you bring us with that?
What they do is they disconnect you from what you got, right? So once you disconnect from your electric company, they have a device that they put together there. Okay, because I'm watching how they do it, and that device It's going to run your system. Now, one thing I asked the CEO, I said, what about something go wrong? He said, this thing is so technology. He said, before something go wrong, they'll know about it. And I'm saying, like, is this AI? I said, this AI? He said, no, this is not AI.
Everything.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, no, this is not AI. This is a system that we built from technology, from ground up, that we're going to know if something go wrong, okay, even before the customer do. And they monitor 24/7.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, let me ask you this, and I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Hi, Mr. Bennett, my fellow Canceran. How long have they been in business? Wasn't it 3 years or something like that?
3 years.
3 years. Because
that's why I called it penny stock.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
This is time to get in it, folks. Because after a while, this is gonna be a household name, and I'm telling you something, everybody in the world gonna want this system because it's not solar panel, it's not a generator. And people that have generators today, I mean, it's okay, solar panels, okay, but nothing like this.
That's what I was going to ask you, because that's one of the questions that I came up with to ask you is, so how is this different from like solar panel? Because even in my neighborhood, I've seen where people have, the little solar panel thing going on. So like, how is this different?
The battery.
Okay. I was just testing you, Mr. Jackson.
Well, I know you were.
I had to test you. You feel me? And see, I bet my listeners, look, did y'all know that? Did y'all pass that test? Y'all passed that little Look, I'm a professor by day, so I have to keep people on their toes. You
got to.
I got to.
I'm uneducated.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me see here. Leah says, come back once yours is installed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's yours. It's unbelievable. Now, I'm also talking to the CEO, okay, of the company. And I said, hey, man, look at him, my man. I said, look at you, listen to me, okay? I said, I'm getting ready to go on this lady's podcast.
Did you make relationship suit? I'm just saying.
He said, what? I said, her name is Lisa Hughes. And I'm going on there. And I think you would be an individual that can come on because you know everything about this system more than I do. And I think if we can get you on there, would you come on? He said, let me look at my schedule. I'll get back with you.
Hey, listen, we're going to make that happen. We're going to make that happen, right?
I know.
And I see y'all comments. Okay, now, Mr. Jackson, we got a few little comments. I try to bring those on. So Lisa says no, but this battery needs to be charged. Does this battery need to be charged with electricity, or how does that work?
No.
I didn't think so.
This battery is designed to last for 20 years. That's how powerful it is.
That's like back in the day how they used to build stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was built.
You. That's exactly right. Okay. They built for a long time. Even the cars they built, I mean, they last for years. Now a car, 3 or 4 years, and they're ready to buy another one. That's the way it is society is today. But they built this bad boy that battery is going to last for 20 years. And if anything go wrong, because we know only thing guaranteed in this world is Jesus Christ. But if anything go wrong with him, they'll replace that boy quick, fast, in a hurry before you. And that's why they need contractors here in the city of Indianapolis. It's just like a contract for your stove if you go out, okay, or your refrigerator go out. You call them up, they right here. That's what they need right now. So if you know anybody out there that licensed contractors, electrical, hey, send them to that website. That the CEO will get back in touch with them in 48 hours. They need installers.
Now, let me ask you something real fast. So, and I think you mentioned it earlier. So do they have regional offices in every state or region? Like I know that this is a fairly new company and that you did mention that there are offices in various places.
The headquarters there in California there. Okay. Now they are expanding. and they looking for, manager to run it. Okay. And these are questions that I even asked him. I said, this will be great if you come on the show and share what you need for each state. Because on a podcast, you got many people from all over the United States listening to it, and they might want to be your manager. They may have contractors there. Okay. They might want to be a referral. But the key to it is, yes, this is new. Remember, folks, this is ground floor. This is where you get in at. Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. All the audience, before you ask another question.
Yeah, I was about to ask you another question, Mr. Jackson.
Okay. What is the most thing that we need now in this world, in this society to survive? Name three of them.
Name three things we need in this world to survive. Like okay, so my mind, water. Are we going with that?
One, yep.
Water, sun. Okay, water. Look, I'm giving water. I ain't about to be giving y'all the answers. I'm the professor. I'll give y'all one. Right?
Okay. All right. Housing.
Yeah, and food.
Electric.
Yeah.
Water. Food. Now, what about you can invest in all of them at a ground floor?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, where will we be? Right? Where will we be? And I've had this conversation too, because again, I am a saver. Like me, hey, save money, say less. I got it, right? But and even when I go to the casino, I'm hitting the little penny slots, right? I ain't no, hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I'm hitting the little penny slots or whatever, right? I'm not hitting the roulette table. And I have before. And when I did take that risk, right, I did very well, right? Well, for me, but anyway, so let me ask you this, Mr. Jackson, because I do see that we do have some more comments. I'm going to bring y'all comments on in a minute. So, somebody here says, sounds like it's a pyramid scheme.
Well, a pyramid, as a matter of fact, I listened to Tina Crawford's show today, and she had a lady on there from BBB, and they were talking about that. And here's what she said, okay? A pyramid, okay, is where you send somebody money, you don't get no product. Okay? This is the product that you're going to buy. You don't have to invest in this company. But I guarantee you one thing, if you don't buy the system, you're going to wish you had, because Indiana get ready to build 4 data centers. You're going to rack up your bill like crazy, and ain't nothing you can say about it. All these town hall meetings they had, all these people doing will let them talk, so they can't say, we need to give you a chance to listen to you. They're not listening to us. They're going to do exactly what they want to do. Once they build those 4 data centers here, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, you think it's high now? Wait 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now.
Absolutely.
So now, this is not a pyramid. A pyramid is something when you send people money, you don't get nothing. Okay? But this is a product that you are buying. That's why I say, do your homework.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do your homework, okay? Call it, and they don't call it Better Business Bureau, okay? Call the Attorney General that in California and ask them about Palatine Power Incorporation, and you will see for yourself that this is legit. This is real.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. And that's a good thing. You always have to do your own research.
You do. You really do.
Absolutely. Yes, you have to do your own research. And, you should never go into anything blind. Now, I do have another question for you. And John, hey, John, how are you, John? It's been forever, right? And he said that is so true about the data centers. Absolutely. I mean, you can look up, you can Google it, you can read the newspaper. These data centers, it ain't no secret. You can go to the AES website and they telling you blatantly, look, hey, this is what we about to do. Okay. So I do have another question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so because the questions, they coming all over. They coming in the chat. It says, what funding round is the company currently engaged in, and what market share do they currently have?
Right now, they look to invest all over the United States. Okay. And this is the second phase of an investor because I invest in the first phase. The first phase was the minimum investment was like $3,000. Okay. And they got enough individual. I think they had to raise like $75 million before they went into the second phase. Now this phase here, you can invest, I think, in like maybe $1,000. Yeah, I think it's $350 to $1,000, right? Yeah. So yes, they again, it's ground floor. This is second phase, and they look for investors all in the United States. But here's the key to it. Okay, we have to pass the website out. We have to give these people information so they can do their own homework. You have to do your own homework, and it's kind of like Down Thomas, you know. Even when Jesus walked in the place and he seen him, he still didn't believe him. The only time he believed him when he stuck his finger in the hole that the nail was in. So we're gonna always have type of people, okay, gonna be a little doubter, okay, but I promise you folks, okay, this is real.
Okay.
This is real. We talk, my attorney talked to the Attorney General, my attorney talked to the CEO, and matter of fact, he'll get one. Everybody in that office gonna be getting one, okay? Yes. Everybody.
Absolutely. And and let me put this disclaimer. Y'all know, look, especially my divine connections, they know how I am with my disclaimers.
Oh,
at the end of the day, we're just planting seeds on this show. That's what Relationship Soup is always about. You do what you wilt, whatever it is that you want to do. We're not pushing anything. I'm not getting paid to talk or mention any of the names that you hear today. Right. So it's just to give you options, or so that you can know what's out here, because the truth, what we do know, these data centers is what it is. It's real. You feel me?
I look at it this way. We bring you information to give you an opportunity. That's all it is. But the word of God say, a man without vision perish. You got to visualize this. You must visualize it. Just visualize it, that you're coming off the grid, never to pay another light bill, no more blackout. Opportunity to invest. You can become a referrer. You don't have to do anything else. At least join the referral program. Yeah, create that income. But I'm doing it all.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And I haven't gave nobody my referral code yet, because I don't know anybody going to buy it.
Well, look, we'll talk about that. If y'all interested, DM me. If you're interested, feel free to put it in this chat. Okay, so let me ask you this. Now, earlier, again, because we want to talk about building our wealth too, right? We talked about penny stocks. You talked about, ways that you kind of research, you actually go through your attorney and stuff like that. Now, there's people in the timeline that ain't gonna fool with no attorneys, or they not gonna fool with, even the company that we mentioned earlier. Are there other ways to like how would you recommend that people research, like the different investment stocks and stuff like that, if they're not using those means, if you will? Do you have advice on that?
It's very simple. Before I got an attorney, I used to do my own homework. I pick up the phone and I call that state. I said, hook me over to the Attorney General. And they hook me over to the Attorney General. I said, I need to know information about this company. And they will give it to you. I want to know, is it registered? Then I would call my Attorney General here and I say, hey, do y'all know anything about this company? Are they registered in the state? They say, no, not yet, but we know about them, or we never heard about them. So a lot of times you can do work on your own, okay? But today we got so much technology, it's just unbelievable. But at the same time, for those of you that don't have the asset to do that or don't want to do that, this is why it's so important for us to come together as a community. That have come together and work together. The expertise that I know and the scenario that you know, we put it all together. Okay, we can get things done. We don't have to have no attorney. I just like an attorney because I want to make sure my dollar going in the right place. That's why I like to have an attorney. But I still can use my attorney for the group. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. On anything you want to invest on. I mean, I put it this way. There's a lot of penny opportunity investment out here. That companies are real. Okay. That and I'm telling you something. There's one company, okay, that will blow your mind. Literally blow your mind. They are making a device that go into your ear, okay? Okay, that you don't have to do anything to work on the computer. Just use your mind. Your mind will.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, your mind will type for you. In a wheelchair, your mind can move that wheelchair. Okay, I mean, it's so much out here that technology have created. I mean, these genius people have created, but we have to come together and understand what we're doing right now. Get involved. I was reading up on Microsoft when it first came out. They said, no, we're not going to invest in it because nobody never heard of a computer. That's what they said. Nobody never heard of a computer, so we don't invest in it. But what happened to Microsoft? Same way it is with for Amazon. That man was doing his stuff in a garage. They did not believe in him.
Absolutely.
Today.
Hey, they doing big things today, right?
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. So do you know if if Paladin owns the patents on this technology, or are they solely a supplier right now?
No. They own everything.
Okay.
Yep, they own everything. That's why it's so important to, I would say, do your homework so you can understand exactly where the company coming from, how the company got started, and where the company is going. Now, you got to keep in mind the word of God. Now, I'm not talking about it, but I'm just saying the word of God. The word of God says you're going to always have to pour among you. That's what the word of God says. So when sometimes people can bring you a quarter and put it down in front of you, if you don't understand that quarter, you can say, no thanks. And all of your gettings, folks, get an understanding what this company is doing, how it's doing it, and how it's going to help us. Because I was talking to Dr. Brown on Rambe, 1310 a.m. come on every Saturday morning. I told him, I said, look, when I get mine in, because he wanted them doubted. When I get mine in, I'm going to bring you over and let you see it. He said, okay.
Absolutely. Now, I do have some questions because we are getting low on time, and I'm telling my listeners to get me when I don't do the true false. So for someone new who's investing, right, what basic principles would you recommend to build a strong, smart portfolio?
Penny stock. But first, you got to look at your finance. Can you afford more than one penny stock? That's how you build. But if you can only afford that one, it may take a little time. Now, keep in mind now, penny stock, like anything else, is not guaranteed, it's not promised. But one thing I do know, like playing the lottery, if you don't play, you know you can't win. That's fact. Some things is just fact. So penny stock is the key to success. Not going out here buying the stock. Now, I'm not knocking stock, but most people have the kind of money buying the stock, especially that blue stock. Now, that's where the money's at. That blue stock, oh my gosh. But the average person don't have the kind of money to invest in blue stock. So, yes, I would say anybody that wants to get started penny stock, take your time. You may invest $50 this month. What about next month and the next month and the next month? And I can give you 50 penny stock that is booming. I got one right now. Okay.
So let me ask you this. So is there a list that my listeners can access to, like to get information about these different places? Like, is there a certain website
there's no list, but I can put one together for you.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I can put one together for you, okay? That I'm already involved in.
Okay.
It's like I'm just giving you a list. Okay? I'm investing in these lists, and they are some powerful lists. Oh, my God. You wouldn't believe it. Oh, my God. You just wouldn't believe it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jackson. Well, we're getting low on time. There are a few more comments I want to bring on. I want to get to this true false, and then we'll just have to have you come back. So that
now we're gonna have the CEO to come back.
Yeah, I would love the CEO to come back because I kind of see some comments in the
what they saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely am seeing some comments in the chat. And also, let me put this other disclaimer out here, y'all. Look, I'm not telling you to invest in any of this, right? Again, this is just planting seeds. This is not like true investment advice. You know, just like, hey, listen, when whoever I have on my show, it's just conversation. So
information. That's all it is.
Always say, you know, do your own research.
There you go.
You know, because that's really going to be key. You know, there's so many information. There's so many resources out here that, you know, are available. Like, you know, I'm becoming more aware. You know, one of my divine connections is providing me with different, you know, lists and stuff like that, right? Because, you know, you have to actually study. There's timing. There's all these different.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's all these different attributes or whatever that are at play when you are going to invest in something. So again, I want to say that this is not, look, relationship soup. It will not be held liable for whatever it is that you want to invest in. You know what I'm saying? The information that is put out there today. So I do definitely want to, you know, say that. So let me go ahead and do this because I do see more of these comments. John says, Lisa, past performance doesn't indicate future return as well. This is a marketing tool. Okay.
Right.
Absolutely. Disagree. Vanguard will allow you to invest $25 in S&P 500. All right. Yep. All right. Yeah, I definitely see all your comments and I really appreciate you. I'm going to do a couple true false and then we're definitely going to go ahead and get out of here. Terry Baptiste, I saw that you commented. Thank you for joining me tonight. I really, really, really appreciate you. I just try to acknowledge when my listeners do comment. Okay. Yeah, I see that correction, John. All right. So let's see here. Go to the Motley Fool and type in company name. Okay, definitely will have to do that. All right, so Jackson, I'm gonna take you off of here because I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all. So boom. So basically, like I said, this is just conversation, right? You know, I was really excited to continue this conversation. We definitely have had conversations in the past, and this will continue. You know, I will bring on more, you know, speakers or guests that will be able to, you know, sprinkle us a little bit more because it's all about, you know, information, right? And the truth of the matter is, you know, diversifying can be a beautiful thing, right? Like I said, I save and, you know, I have my, you know, IRAs and stuff like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, in this day and time, I believe it's really important. And why not do it now? But like I said, when doing this, you definitely have to do your research. If you have a financial planner or whatever, feel free to do that. Whatever your method is, I say definitely implement it. All right. All right. So let's see here. Where else do I want to go? Because time is getting low. Let me make sure that I got everybody's comments. I'm getting them on the phone and in the chat. All right. So let me go ahead and do a true false really quickly. And then I'm going to wrap up and get out of here because y'all already know it's on a Tuesday. Y'all already know what that means for me. All right, so let's see here. Let's look at a question here. Okay, I see you, Derek. I've thought about the big demon companies like Vanguard, BlackRock, State, etc. Maybe even Palantir, since everybody's so afraid. Listen. Hey, I would say do your research, right? Definitely do your research. All right, so this is the true false question I'm going to get to tonight. All right, and I will bring this on. All right, so true or false? Smart investors diversify their portfolios across multiple sectors. Is that true or false? What y'all think? I see you, Derek. Listen, I see you. You ain't never scared though, Derek. You ain't never scared. I guess that's that energy, that Aries energy. So what y'all think? Smart investors diversify their portfolios across multiple sectors. Is that true or false? What y'all think? Anybody? Anybody want to guess? All right. So for the sake of time, and I know that there is a delay. Very true, says John. Lee says true, right? Will there be another? Will there be another? Okay, and the answer to that is absolutely true, right? Doing this reduces the risk and helps stabilize returns, a core principle of long-term investing, right? Look, I'm learning with y'all. Look, I am learning with you all. All right, so boom. All right, so let's see here. Do we have time for another question? All right, this is another one that I want to put out there. Then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up and get out of here. Okay, so this question, all stocks that perform well in the short term are smart long-term investments. What y'all think? True or false? True or false? All stocks that perform well in the short term are smart long-term investments. I see you, John. I see you. So what y'all think? True or false? You say no. You say that's false. Lee says that's false. Okay. Will there be another? Derek says no. All right, so the answer is false. Short-term stock performance does not guarantee long-term success. Long-term investments require analysis of fundamentals and market trends, right? So that's no. All right, awesome. All right, y'all. So that is time right there. I appreciate you all joining me tonight. Look, and I just hope that this episode, again, is just information, right? You gotta move accordingly, right? You have to do your research. You have to equip yourself, right? Get with professionals. You know, hey, if I'm not saying use my podcast or whatever, but definitely use professionals, right, to guide you in your journey to investments, right? Definitely do your research with other options to save when it comes to your energy bill, whether it's, you know, ways to decrease it or other options. So that's what I will leave you with, right? So anyway, the affirmation I want to leave you all with, because y'all know how I love affirmations. So let me go ahead and put this in the chat, and then I will share it for you all, with you all. All right. So my affirmation today is my energy is limitless, my bills are paid, and my investments multiply with divine wisdom. Every action I take draws prosperity, independence, and joy into my life, right? So may that resonate with you, okay? You know, I believe in affirming things and all of that. So definitely make sure that you are doing the same. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to my mama. I want to give out a shout out to Lyric, the Grishams, my Aunt Anna, right? And y'all already know what I'm going to end with. You know, I'll be trying, look, and so when you see that little pause at the end, because it's still somebody that teases me about the little piece and all that. But anyway, y'all, it's always so important to love yourself. You got to love yourself because it actually starts with you, right? So anyway, I love y'all. Until we meet next time. Peace.